Hello, hello, hello. It is I, Tewty Tron, back with another Tewty Toon. Today, we're talking about Penguin, DCL's very own Mr. Scrooge. It's Christmas season, it's snowing outside, it's cold out. He's got a top hat and a fur coat, and he looks just like Mr. Scrooge. So I was like, let's do this. He's a villain, he works out. Um, Penguin is like a unique tank in the fact that when he gains a taunt, but not through an active cast or a passive cast even. He doesn't use an ability to gain taunt. He just randomly gains taunt, which is it's actually pretty unique and useful. So I really like him a lot. As long as you keep him shielded, he will give you the opportunity to defend you. Um, just a quick shout out, if you like my videos, give me a thumbs up or subscribe, and check out my Patreon for any additional perks. I recently did a video with Bizarro where we discuss a lot of different DCL topics, and whether it's up by now or not, I'm not sure. At the time of recording this, it is currently not up, but it should be up shortly, if not within the next day or two. Um, he's a good guy. He's got a great channel out there. Him and Galahad are very good co-hosts, very smooth voices, and very organized topics going on. So I like them quite a bit, and their channel. I am a subscriber of theirs as well. So, with a Penguin, right? So Penguin came out December of 2017, so it's actually been 2 years since he came out. One second. He was the free character of the month, while Red Hood was the paywall of that month. And Penguin came out with this kit that I thought was actually pretty cool. I really liked it a lot, so I farmed him. He was the first character I ever farmed all the way to L5, which is why I was capable of rebirthing him when his rework came around. And the problem that he had before his rework was that he had no taunt in his kit. You had to rely on like Poison Ivy or John Constantine to give him a taunt. So it really wasn't useful. It wasn't. There wasn't a whole lot going for him at the time. He could shield your team and all, but he didn't do a lot of damage. You know, he was a support character. But now they reworked him. They created him into one of the best tanks in the game. He's like the shield version of Big Barda. So if you think of Big Barda, shield version of that. So let's look at his stats real quick. So his strength, not the highest. It's below 2,000. I'm trying to like think about his stats as if they were not rebirth stats, because not a lot of people have him rebirthed. So his strength is pretty low. He doesn't hit the hardest, which is fine because he's a tank. He doesn't need to hit hard. That's not his role. His agility is also kind of low. It's like just at barely under 2,000. So I'm not sure why he has such a high or low agility. He does, however, have a very high stamina. Very, very high stamina. So I like that a lot. Low intelligence, not as low as others have, though. It's actually a little higher than most characters have as far as intelligence, if they're physical damage based out of. His HP, though, is super high. That 28,000 base HP is actually the normal total amount for most characters out there. So the fact that he starts off with that much health and then gains an extra 9,000, that's pretty significant. He has a lot of health. He's also very fast, as you can see. So 71 plus 47, it's an extremely fast character. So he has that opportunity to pretty often to get his shields up faster. If you don't start with a lead who offers shields, he has that opportunity to shield his team early, which is really nice. The crit chance is very significantly low, and his crit value is also significantly low. However, once again, to reiterate my point with his strength, he's not a damage character. That's not his role. That's not what he's there for. So don't expect him to do much damage. Expect him to be able to absorb all this damage and help your team stay alive better. That's his role. That's what his goal is in life. Well, not in life, but you know what I mean. He is Mr. Scrooge, after all. So, his first ability, Napalm Umbrella. This is also very good at reducing damage, mitigating that damage for your team. So, damage to an enemy, obviously. Apply up to 7 crit damage downs, and then steal on the legendary point. Always steal 2 buffs from the target. This used to be bugged, but they did fix that bug. It now does always steal the buffs. Even if he misses the attack, he always steals the buff. The crit damage down is a very unique buff. He was the first character to have it, and they actually didn't give that buff out or debuff out to anyone else until Batwoman showed up at the beginning of this year. So the game went over a year without having this debuff added to anyone else, which I'm curious because Disease has only been added to like 2 characters, and they haven't even like decided to add it to anybody else, and I doubt that next month they're going to add it to anybody else because I haven't seen who the January characters are yet, but from the looks of the silhouettes, they are probably Lanterns. They're probably Saint Walker, the Blue Lantern, and Parallax. I hope it's Kyle Rayner Parallax and not Hal Jordan Parallax. We don't need more Hal in the game. We don't. So, yeah, this is very unique debuff. We kind of got off topic there for just a second. Umbrella Shield. This is his shielding ability that also helps him taunt. So apply 20% shield to himself and 15% shield to all allies on the team. So he's kind of selfish, but that just that goes with Penguin's lore. He's a selfish human being. And then he also gains an awareness when he casts this ability, which helps also maintain his beefy status, right? He is a little bit of a chode, so he's going to have some beef on him. His legendary point is that the team also gains 3 affinity resistance ups as well. This legendary point can be detrimental against Wonder Girl. However, it also significantly improves how tanky your team gets and how much damage they take from those affinity disadvantages. Alright, Henchy Attack. This is his AoE ability, the area of effect ability. So damage all enemies. If Penguin has awareness, apply 4 crit damage downs, up to 5. It looks like I don't ring it out because I don't need more damage on him. He's not a damage character, so I just stopped ringing him at that point. Up to 5 crit damage downs, and then on the legendary point, it applies 20% turn meter down. So he's going to be one of those awesome turn meter manipulators, just like Castaway Green Arrow, just like Beast Boy. So this is definitely a worthwhile legendary point to take. I highly recommend it. Okay, Roost. 25% chance to use Umbrella Shield if Penguin takes damage. Umbrella Shield is his AoE shield ability. The legendary point is 100% chance to trigger if hit by a critical attack. So, this is where he gets annoying, right? This is where people start to want to, like, crush their phone and destroy it and, like, stop fighting Penguin, basically. So, this is where he, like, maintains his ability to taunt because he needs to be... Well, let's talk about that, actually. So, Henchy's Revenge is his 5th ability and his passive, his last passive. The ability reads, the first time Penguin takes lethal damage, use Henchy attack, which is his third AoE ability, that also reduces turn meter. So that can kind of help turn a fight. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but because it reduces their turn meter, it can help turn the tide a little bit if you really need that extra turn, you know. And then the legendary power is 50% chance to cast Taunt at the beginning of each enemy turn if Penguin is shielded until the end of that turn. So his Taunt is a flicker buff, where it turns on for one turn, and it's not his turn, it's somebody else's turn. It just flicks there, and then as soon as their turn's gone, it comes back and it turns itself off. But it can happen over and over again every enemy's turn, so that's why he gets to be annoying. So, and then his Roost ability, that Taunt helps him cast his Roost ability, because as long as he's getting hit, he has those opportunities to shield the team, to gain even more defense on your team. So as long as you keep him shielded, there's a very good chance that your team is just going to be smothered in shield, like, all the time. And it makes you very difficult to kill. It makes Penguin really annoying to fight. You have to basically, like, plan for him. He's kind of... the red affinity has a lot of characters that you have to plan for, like Barda and Bane and Penguin, where you need to take someone else specifically to kill that character. And we'll talk about those characters here in just a little bit. So these are some synergies that I have. Let's move it. There we go. So you can see Orm's beautiful face. Alright, so Brainiac, because mine's rebirthed, I took the legendary point on his shield ability, where I get affinity resistance ups on his shield ability, so I'm going to be smothered in buffs, basically. So I brought Brainiac to defend against Wonder Girl, but it also does this thing where it starts my team off shielded. So now Penguin, from the very first turn, has the ability to taunt, which is very useful, and I don't have to waste a few turns on waiting for him or Ocean Master to shield the team. And it basically turns Penguin into a potential turn 0 taunter, but Penguin is not a turn 0 taunter. He is just a flicker taunter, just kind of like Wonder Woman, Defender of Justice, who is the only other flicker taunter. Okay, but actually Penguin has an advantage over Wonder Woman because she has to specifically cast an ability to taunt. His is a flicker buff, so if he is stunned, he can still taunt, which is weird. Excuse me. But Wonder Woman, Defender of Justice, cannot taunt if she is stunned. Penguin can, so that's an advantage there. We're bringing Green Lantern, even though I actually don't necessarily think that Green Lantern is great on this team, because you kind of want him to get lower health. However, it does open up the fact that, like, Green Lantern's AoE attack, his first move that he always casts on defense, does extra damage if he's shielded. So to start the fight out with that big AoE is like a great thing. And if you look at Green Lantern's stats, he's basically like a energy assassin character, because he has that exceedingly high critical attack rate at like 47%. So that AoE has an opportunity to do significant damage to the enemy. So, and then Penguin's our taunter, and then Ocean Master is there for turn meter manipulation. He's there for team shields. He's there for speed ups. He's there for preventing heals and taunts, and he's also there for removing buffs. Ocean Master has a lot in his kit. He's a very, very good support character, and also very annoying to fight against, especially with a full shield team where he's just going to be zapping you every 2 seconds with his pitchfork. So just look out for that. That's a good, we'll see how well that works together. With this number 6 team here, Green Lantern is not necessarily a character I'll always bring. He's going to be like my character that I might switch out in case of affinity disadvantage. If I wanted to switch anybody out, or switch anybody in, I would take Green Lantern John Stewart out, and I would put either Alan Scott in if I needed another blue, or I would put in Booster Gold or Connor Kent if I needed a red, because Connor Kent and Booster Gold both have shielding capabilities, which will help Orm out, and Penguin out too, because Booster can actually shield other people, so he can help Penguin start taunting again if you have no one else to cast shield on him. So that's very useful. Atrocitus. Atrocitus leadership is normally known for increasing your damage output and speeding you up a little bit. However, it also grants shields on your team. So Penguin does have the opportunity then to taunt while under Atrocitus lead. Also, Alan Scott passively gives the team shields. So the entire team passively, it's a great ability. He's a great character for shield teams. The two together are pretty much ridiculous. Even I might even take Orm out later, keep John Stewart, and just put in Alan Scott to have even more extra damage. And then this team, I'm like making my phone shake. Okay, so this team is turn meter oriented. Penguin, Ocean Master, and Medfill all have very good turn meter manipulation in their kit. And then they also, so basically the way that Penguin's taunt works is you just have to have shield. Doesn't say how much shield you need to have, you just need to have some shield. So as long as Medfill can randomly give Penguin the 5% shield every turn, then we're in business, right? And we got Ocean Master, who's a very fast character. Penguin's a very fast character. Booster Gold is a semi-decently fast character. He's not like speedster level fast, but he's also not like Ra's al Ghul slow. So he's right in the middle where he needs to be. And the turn meter of this team is going to really help out. It is kind of squishy. Orm and Medfill both are squishier characters, so we need to watch out for that. And then finally, these are his counters, Penguin's counters. Reverse Flash can hit under the shield with his basic attack. So, and he has the affinity advantage. So Penguin is in trouble when he is up against Reverse Flash. And then Flash can hit under the awareness. So, if Penguin has his awareness up, Flash can just walk around it and still attack Penguin and do significant damage to him. So we want to avoid these two at all costs. But if you just have like Alan Scott on your team, then Alan Scott's going to pretty much one-shot both of them. So it's up to you. As long as you have someone to account for them on your team, then you should be fine. But let's go into the PvP. I've got 10 energy. Let's use all of it. And then maybe some more if I feel like I need to experiment more. I know I didn't mention him, but Hal Jordan is a shield character. He a shield leader that starts your team off with shield. I get it. It makes sense, right? But that's life, I guess. I don't know. So, because there's 2 greens on the team and a blue, I'm actually going to take out Green Lantern John Stewart, and I'm going to add in Alan Scott. Come on, move my face a little bit. There we go. So that way, Larfleeze is not going to be as big of an issue. Wonder Girl won't be as big of an issue. I still can't cast those strength downs until the debuff immunity goes away. But Alan Scott hits hard enough that those greens shouldn't be an issue. And then Wonder Girl, I'll have to focus her down pretty quick too. So we're going to actually cast this on Castaway. So because Brainiac also gives me turn meter, it's like turn 0 turn meter, which is awesome. I now have like the capability for Orm to go before Castaway Green Arrow. And Castaway is a jerk as far as applying turn meter down on my team, so that's nice to have. We got rid of Larfleeze already, rebirthed one Larfleeze. We got a critical off on Castaway there, so we casted our shield. So now that we're stunned, actually, I'm Orm now, so I'm just going to purge off my stun and gain more shield at the same time. So I didn't even have to cast shields on those first turns. Like, if you didn't have Brainiac on this team, you would want to spend both Orm, Penguin, and potentially Alan Scott's first turn shielding your team just to get that extra defense wall up. But because we already have that shield, we don't need to worry about it, and we got Larfleeze out of the way right away, basically. Orm is already out there zapping people, which is awesome. We're going to try and keep that Wonder Girl and have all of her strength just completely gone. That's what we want out of her, is like no strength whatsoever. She does have a lot of crit on her though, so she's going to trigger Penguin shielding himself quite often. And now that because the whole team is shielded, Alan Scott's basic gets 20% extra damage per shielded ally. So that's really where the synergy starts to come in, because with Orm on the team, with Penguin on the team, your team is always shielded. So Alan Scott is always going to wreck house. Always. So it's really nice to see that kind of stuff happen. See, we just gained our shield, and Alan Scott for some reason seems to be kind of squishy, but Castaway hits pretty hard, so be it. I'm glad I'm doing this though, because I haven't done a shield team in a very, very long time, and whatchamacallit, it feels good to do something different, to not have to bring when I'm doing a tank video like this with Penguin, I don't have to bring Donna Troy, which really helps, because Donna Troy is in almost every single one of my videos. I'll probably never have to do a video specifically for Donna Troy, because you've seen 1,000 of her already. The only problem is that if your leader isn't someone who grants team-wide shield right away, it's a lot harder to make Penguin work. You'll get the shield. The AI is actually smart enough on defense to cast his shield right away instead of his AoE. If your Penguin is on your team, and you hit the auto button, the AoE is his first ability that he uses. He's not smart enough on your team to cast the shield right away. But the AI, when you're fighting against a Penguin, will always use his shield first, and it is annoying, but it's smart enough to do that. Whew. But with Castaway out there, and with Lex out there with Reverse Flash and Beast Boy, the extra turn meter down that you get right away out of a fight is actually pretty overwhelming. So Brainiac is going to help alleviate some of that as well. I've got some green, or a lot of blue here. So I'm actually going to bring Jon Stewart. Not blue, red. I must be colorblind, apparently. Awesome. So let's do this. Let's see how well Jon Stewart works out in this situation. We're going to open up with his AoE and see if we can't one-shot some of these reds on their enemy team. I'm going to do this to start off, and then we're going to AoE turn meter down just to make sure the Penguin can't get any hit chance downs off before I do my AoE. Gonna stun Mr. Hal Jordan here. And I've got some passive hit chance downs, which is going to annoy me, but let's see if we can get this hit off. Yeah, we missed both reds. Wonderful. Thank you, Scarecrow, for being a dick. Good thing we haven't used Ocean Master's shield ability yet, because it also purges debuffs And I knew that Penguin was going to do that attack, so I specifically saved it for after that went off. I'm going to do this. I missed. Of course I freaking missed. Wonderful. Ooh. We need to get some more shields. I see. And because Ocean Master is below 50% health, I can actually get John Stewart to give him 50% shield. Just smack dab right there. He's basically back to full health. But the problem is if Hierga Deadshot wants to snipe him. Definitely want to try and take out this Scarecrow, but he has the Constantine passive where he can go invisible basically all the time. So it makes it really hard to kill him. There you go. That's what I wanted to see. Get him, John Stewart. Get him. And because Hierga Deadshot is on the team, it's pretty common that Penguin's going to get crit and then shield the team even more. We're going to steal those men's off of Swamp Thing. Nice, nice. The sustain on this team is unreal. It's so unreal. Probably want to kill Hal Jordan at least second, if not first, because he's going to keep giving them shield. Where I want to kill him or Penguin, or not Penguin, Scarecrow first, because they're going to be the problem child of this team. We're going to give him some extra shield there. And Orm is purging these buffs, even though he's missing his attacks. He is, like, his basic ability will always purge buffs off of them. Which is very nice as well. I should have brought someone like Owlman. Just for the crits. Instead of maybe Orm. Wow, look at that. Alright, so we're heavily shielded. We're going to AoE, hopefully take out that Scarecrow, which we did not pull off, which is unfortunate, but we got rid of their shielder, which is nice. I'm going to continue to shield because Orm is one snipe away from death, and I need him. I don't need him, but he's useful. He's very useful. We're going to stun off Swamp Thing, and I guess him too. And I really just want to kill Penguin, or Scarecrow. I keep confusing him with Scarecrow, or Penguin. There we go, he's dead. So now I don't have to worry about much. I'm going to put this on auto and just see what it does. Because it'll be faster, hopefully they'll kill him a little bit easier. John Stewart knows to target the low health characters on auto. I like that a lot. And even though most of my team is fully shielded, it's actually still smart for Orm to cast his shield ability because it grants him speed ups, and he needs those speed ups to cast those silences, and those silences are uber useful. Now, I don't have anyone with heal immunity on my team, so Swamp Thing is more than likely going to revive everyone. In which case, I'll have to take it back off auto. Yep, look at that. Everybody's back. Wonderful. Freaking wonderful. Nothing I can do, really. Except kill them all again. That's so annoying. That is so annoying. Alright. Fully shielded AoE. Wow, I can't believe that doesn't do a whole lot of damage. That should do more damage. Scarecrow's got a shit ton of men's, and I don't want him to. I want him to stay dead, not alive. We got those AoE crit downs, crit damage downs off. Very useful. Shit, okay, alright. Kill him! Yes! Thank God. Thank God. Back on auto, because we don't... These two don't deal a whole lot of damage. Swamp Thing can do damage on his 3, but if he's gonna stay silenced, then I don't care. I don't care. Oh, it's delicious. Alrighty. Just end it. So the problem with this team is that it's not a high damage team. It's a team that's gonna probably win due to the fact that it has an insane amount of sustain. Like, Penguin ended that fight at full overheal and full shield because he kept stealing the men's off of Swamp Thing. Brainiac and Green Lantern both ended the fight fully shielded, full health. The only one who was low was Orm, because Orm is squishy and took a snipe to the face and still survived. So, sustain teams are gonna, like... Oh, here's another thing. It doesn't matter. His Red Hood's heal immunity doesn't matter. Because we're not healing. We're shielding. You can't stop me from shielding. No one can. Well, except for silence teams. Except for silence. Let's see here. Let's try this Atrocitus one, because I think Superboy is going to be very useful against Power Girl and Harley Quinn, but I think that Red Hood is probably going to kill Alan Scott. We'll see. We will find out. I'm not sure yet. Either that or maybe Wonder Girl here is just going to whip it, my boys to death. There we go, yeah. Get it, girl. I just stole the taunt off Power Girl, so that's going to last a while. Okay. There we go. Wonder Girl's donezo. Power Girl's donezo. Oh, sex. Ooh, Alan Scott, you're dead. Damn it. I thought that might happen. We're going to shield up. Or not shield up. We're going to stun him. Hopefully get this Harley Quinn gone. Cool. Beautiful. We lost Alan Scott, unfortunately, but Alan Scott was the reason why we killed off, like, Wonder Girl right away. The reason we killed off Power Girl right away. Like, there is some damage in shield teams. Alan Scott is the majority of that damage, unfortunately. But we could try someone else. Let's try, like, Connor. Or let's try Booster Gold. One of the two. Let's do it. Let's do it to it. Let's see here. They're going to be faster under an Atrocitus. So, excuse me. I'm going to risk the biscuit and try this out, but we'll see if it works out, shall we? We'll see if it works out. Just reading a comment on my YouTube. So they're already attacking Penguin. Awesome, because he just shielded my entire team, which is what I really wanted him to do. We're going to use him to take away her taunt. Awesome. Okay, and we're going to try and kill Wonder Girl right now. And we succeed, even though now she's freaking back. Wonderful. Thank you, Wonder Girl, for being a douchebag. We're going to strength down her like you wouldn't believe. So that way her enraged attack doesn't do shit. That's what we want. Even her whips won't do shit. It's real nice to see that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to shield myself again, give myself some strength ups. I'm going to steal her buffs. So the thing is with one those buffs, whether you've stolen them or gained them on an ability. It doesn't matter which. Medfill is squishy, so I want him to have damage immunity, which doesn't matter anyway because she just whipped it off. Wonderful. Okay. She's dead this time, hopefully for sure. Hey, she's gone for sure. Awesome. We don't need to worry about her anymore. Power Girl is next on the list of dangerous women. This game is full of dangerous women. You just don't want to be on their bad side. Just like any other woman in life. We're going to keep her like hard strength down. Thank God for Medfill, man. Medfill is a godsend. And my team is getting so many like turns right now because of him specifically. So many, like, you're not seeing a lot of turn meter manipulation, but there's a lot of passive. If you look at like the characters like shield bars, granted they're like pretty much full right now, but you'll see little incremental add increases, which are also for turn meter. Anyone who gains that shield also is gaining a lot of turn meter. We're gonna steal his strength ups again, and we're going to try and spread the love a little bit. We're gonna silence Power Girl some more. So Booster really does most of his damage when he has True Sight. So you basically want to make sure he has True Sight all the time. If he doesn't have True Sight, spend one of his turns to give him True Sight. Alright. This move has a cooldown of 1, so every other turn you can use it. And it applies 10 strength downs. I don't have Medfill ringed out. I need to because he's an important character and he is a lantern, and I'm suspecting January to be a lantern month, in which case Medfill could probably be a rework. So it's currently Wednesday night for me recording this, so if I am correct on my intuition here, you'll know that I got it before the drop happened, because I'm gonna release this to the public on Friday, and by then by then the information might have dropped already. I really need Atrocitus to just die. Okay, thank you, because that was upsetting me a little bit. Alright, I'm going to put it on auto. Hopefully the team pulls it off. Without Power Girl going insane. A lot of strength downs on this team too. Get it, boyo. Come on, we're almost there. Power Girl just has insane sustain. Stop giving her death immunity. Okay. Woo. Sustain teams, gentlemen, and the one lady that probably watches this. Sustain is the key to victory in my preferred case, especially on shield teams, right? So let's see Heather. Let's see what else we can do. Let's switch out. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, yeah, let's switch out Booster. We're going to put in Connor because of the fact that Bane is on the other team, so we're going to want buff immunity somewhere. Connor provides that. Connor's also a can't miss, so he can kill Harley Quinn. There's a lot of reasons Connor's going to be useful here. So to all you Connor haters, people who told me that he wasn't good enough, he wasn't up to snuff, this is for you. Alright, so we are not shielded. We are going to shield. Cure the enrage off of Penguin. Gonna get Harley Quinn to like pretty much no what's the word for that? No evasions. So we can hit her now. We can smack that hoe as much as we want. Gonna shield my team. Make them survive. She no longer has taunt. We're still gonna like kill her right now, or try to. Kill her a little bit better than that. This is where things get testy because they have debuff immunity, so I don't want to use my AoE and try and stun them. Bane here already has cast his second ability, apparently, and has mends. So I definitely want to remove those when I get the opportunity. Holy shit! Holy shit! Fuck. Well, that's Arcus for you. I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna leave, because this is a sustain team, not a super high damage team, so... Bane will out-sustain me. That wasn't Connor's fault. That was Arcus being extremely strong. I really hope that Arcus does not get reworked in January, because if he does, he's going to be another power girl. I know it. They're going to rework him, and he's going to be like, meh. Here is another power girl for you guys, just to tell you how annoying he already was. Or she already was, even. More pew-pew. More one-shot KOs. Not about it. I'm not about that life. I'm not about the pew-pew style. Pew-pew ain't for me. Got my sustain going. I need Connor to get a turn. That'd be useful. Thank you. Appreciate ya. We're gonna strength down the shit out of our Wonder Girl, because she's gonna one-hit KO my Medfill. I guarantee it. We're gonna also purge off of her. Ah, of course. Of course. Thank you, Etrigan, for being an asshole. Perfect. God, they hit so hard. Why do they hit so fucking hard? Silence me so I can't shield myself no more. Yeah. Harley crits a lot, so that was useful. I'm gonna steal some awareness here. Defend myself a bit more. AoE, maybe get a stun off. We stun Deathstroke, which is not the person I wanted to stun, but so be it. We're gonna steal some buffs, because we can. We got that taunt off, which is nice. I'm gonna take away his intelligence, though, because that increases damage in our lives. We probably don't even need to kill Etrigan all that much, to be honest with you, just because he's a blue, and we're both reds. So I'm going to try and take out Harley. Harley's the one that I'm more worried about. She's the one who can crit more often than not. Turn meter down, got Harley out of the way. That's nice to see. Etrigan's out of the way. And even with a rebirth Deathstroke, Penguin can take those hits. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're going to steal that last awareness. And we're going to punch away. Connor here was the reason I'm winning. He is the reason I'm going to win this fight. So, all you Connor haters out there, Connor is the best. Oh, man. All those meta lovers. They don't understand. They don't understand the greatness of other meta, non-meta characters that should be meta. But actually, I'm kind of glad they're not, because if they were, then that would just be... Then I would hate the character too, I guess. I'd just be a hypocrite. I think I'm going to call it. He's exceedingly tanky. He is... very good tank. I hope you were watching his taunt pop up all the time, randomly, because he didn't have to cast an ability to do that. We saw him shield his enemy, or shield his allies, quite often, even out of turn. It's an out of turn shield ability, an out of turn defense ability. And I say in a lot of my videos that I'm very, like, I love out-of-turn attackers. They're my favorite kind of attacker in the game, except for Wonder Girl, obviously. But this is like the opposite of that. It's an out-of-turn defense move, which is even more annoying and even more fun to play with. So if you liked that, definitely try and farm Penguin as much as you can. He did have an event the month after his rework, so I hope you farmed his fragments. And if you didn't, well, you're SOL. Because this game doesn't like to allow you to farm characters. I'm pretty sure Penguin was in the Alliance shop before his rework too, which helped me a lot because I think I was farming him. I got him to Rebirth too, mainly off of the Alliance shop. But, alright guys, thanks. Hope you enjoyed this video.